Good day, grade 11 students. I am Sir Arnel and welcome to Personal and Development class. Today we will talk about family structures and legacies. All families have set of beliefs, values, and attitudes that are passed down from generation to generation. These become part of the growing child's worldwide. Although most obvious during the holidays, the transmission of family legacies occurs all year long through the small events and interaction of daily living. Many of these legacies, therefore, can be passed along without a lot of reflection on the part of the parents. The question is, what is family structure? It is one Filipino trait that is known across different races is establishing and having strong family ties. Family, as defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is the basic unit of society. It is composed of individuals living together in one household, either connected by marriage, blood, or by legal arrangement. One of the family structures and the most common kind of structure dominated the Philippines is the extended family, in which we are fond of being in the same roof together with our mother, father, aunts, uncles, grandparents, grandmother, and cousins. In a typical Filipino family, though an adult female member gets married and the groom will bring her to their house to live in. However, as time goes by, this culture changes and varies family by family across generations. Family defined as a family came from the Latin word familia, which means a group of people living in the household. Family could be related by blood or birth or by other relationships. Family is the basic unit of society. It is the smallest organization in the community. It is said to be a group of individuals living together in one household. Family comes in different forms. It could vary from one family to another. It is usually composed of mother, father, and children. Some other includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and other relatives. There are types of family structures. So first, family structures differs from one family to another. That's why we should not compare our family with that of others. The following table lists are the different family structures. So the first family structures is the nuclear family. It is also known as conjugal or traditional family, consisting of married couples and their offsprings. So for example, mother, father, and children. So that is the nuclear family. When we talk about also the extended family, this type of family includes all relatives in proximity, such as grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. These relatives typically live together and all share daily household duties. A family living together, so for example, a family living together, mother, father, children, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other relatives in one roof. That is extended family. When you have grandmother in your house or grandfather or cousins living in your house together, then that's what we call an extended family. Then the most common one is the single parent family. This defines that it includes one parent and their children only. A single-parent family could be the result of a divorce, the death of the parents, or even a single parent's adoption, or a parents or a mother that abandoned her own family, or a father abandoned his own family. So, for example, a father with his children or a mother with her children living in one household, and that is a single-parent family. Then we also have a step family, a family where the parents have divorced and remarried, bringing children from one unions together to form a new nuclear family. It is also known as a blended family because two families were combined. So, for example, mother, children, stepfather, and his kids, father, children, stepmother, and her kids. That is the stuffed family. Then we also have a foster family. A foster family is a family includes parents who serves as a temporary guardian for one or more children to whom they may or may not be biologically related. It is very common when a family who cannot bear a child with their own, then they could have or they will adopt a child from the orphan, then they serve as a foster parents. So say for example, the parents, the children, a foster child. So that is a foster family. Then we also have the adopted or adoptive family, a family wherein parents may adopt a child to whom they share no blood relationship, or one parent may adopt the child of the other parent. So say for example, parents, mother and father, then adopted a child, which is good as well because those who deprive from their family or their father and mother, then a family who doesn't have a child or a kids can go to the orphan and get a legal adaptation from the orphanage, and that is adoptive family. And then we also have a biracial or multiracial family, a family wherein parents are from different races. It's say for example, a Filipino mother, American father, or children. If you have half blood, or you're not just a demigod, but a half blood, a in Indian Indian Filipino, just like that. So that's just biracial or multiracial family. Then we also have transracial adoptive family, which means a family wherein parents adopted a child with a different race. American parents adopted Filipino children, just like the Hollywood actress Angelina Jolie adopted an African child or kids, wherein that kid was a product of um, starving people, maybe like that. She adopted the kids and now grown up a girl, and she treated it as her own child or her own kids. Then we also have conditionally separated family, a family wherein one of the family members is conditionally separated from the others. This separation may be due to their job or employment or could be due to hospitalization. See, for example, family members are together except for the father working abroad. Family is living together except the oldest child who is serving on the military. That is conditionally separated family. Then we also have childless family. Those couple that who could not bear child, a married couple without children. They are the childless family when there is just a mother and a father only. That is a childless family. But if they want to adopt a child from the orphanage, then childless. The same, they are childless because it doesn't came to them. Next is gay or lesbian family, a family wherein one or both parents has a different sexual orientation and is part of the LGBT community. A lesbian, so for example, mother and her children with a gay father. But it's not bad because they are I mean, the they still performing as uh, they are acted as a parent, as a mother and a father, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. And then we also have the migrant family. It is a family who settles together in a different place. It could be from one place to another due to some circumstances such as the father's job. And then an example, a family who migrated from a place because the father is a military officer. So that is migrant family. Then lastly, we also have the immigrant family, a family wherein one or both parents are already an immigrant of other country. Their children may be or may not be an immigrant. So for example, a family whose mom is already an immigrant of Canada. Their mother is already a Canadian citizen, but the rest of the family members are not. That is an immigrant family. So let's define what is family. Family is the most important people in the lives of young children are their parents. From birth, children depend on their mothers and fathers. There are also people that act parents' roles in caring and protecting children's overall well-being. They are known as guardians. While parents are filled with expectations about their children's personalities, many also lack knowledge about how best to provide for them. Becoming a parent is usually a welcome event, but in some cases, parents are worried with problems regarding their ability to ensure their child's physical, emotional, or economic well-being. Parents utilize resources which they think guarantee positive experiences for the children. Each of us have legacies passed from our ancestors from generations to generations, such as culture, traditions, and customs. No matter who we are, where we live, we have one thing in common, which is heritage. This heritage is transferred to us by our parents, whether good or bad. This heritage is also called legacy. This could be passed to us socially, emotionally, or spiritually. Transferring positive legacy to children is a delicate and important task of adults in the family. It helps dictate the future progress and development of a child. And it is very important to remember that passing on a spiritual, emotional, and social legacy is a process, not an event. If parents do not intentionally pass a legacy consisting to their beliefs, culture will pass along its own, often leading to a negative end. Parents are responsible on the process. God is responsible for the product as well. Then let's talk about emotional legacy. In order to prosper, children need an enduring sense of security and stability nurtured in an environment of safety and love. Unfortunately, many people struggle to become a negative emotional legacy that hinder their ability to cope with the inevitable struggles of life. This is where family's important role takes its place. A family can create an atmosphere that provides its child's fragile spirit with the nourishment and support needed for healthy emotional growth. It will require time and consistency to develop a sense of emotional fullness, but the rewards are very great. And then there are checklists about the strong emotional legacy. First, it provides a safety environment in which deep emotional roots can grow and foster confidence through stability, conveys a tone of trusting support, nurtures a strong sense of positive identity, creates a resting place for the soul, demonstrate unconditional love. Now, the question is, which characteristic or emotional legacies did your parents pass on you? Which characteristics would you like to build in the legacy that you may pass to your future children? That is the questions. The next one is social legacy. To really succeed in life, children need to learn more than management strategies, accounting, reading, writing, and geometry. They need to learn the art of relating to people, the art of socialization. If they learn how to relate well to others, they'll have advantage in living life. Children need to gain the insights and social skills necessary to cultivate healthy and stable relationships. As children mature, they must learn to relate to family members, teachers, peers, friends, and community. Eventually, they must learn to relate to coworkers and many other types of people in their surroundings. Now, nowhere can appropriate social interaction and relationships be demonstrated more effectively than in the home. At home, children can learn lessons about respect, courtesy, love, and involvement. Parents play a key role in modeling and passing social legacy. Now, the following are the key building blocks of children's social legacy include respect beginning with themselves and working out to other people, responsibility fostered by respect for themselves that is cultivated by assigning children duties within the family, making them accountable for their actions, and giving them room to make room choices once in a while. Unconditional love and acceptance by their parents combined with conditional acceptance with a parent's discipline for bad behavior or actions. The setting of social boundaries concerning how to relate to God, authority, peers, environment, and siblings. Rules that are given within loving relationship. Then let's talk about spiritual legacy. Spiritual legacy is the least in priority, but that's a mistake. As spiritual beings, we adopt attitudes and beliefs about spiritual matters from one person to another. Parents need to take the initiative and present faith of their children. Parents who successfully pass along a spiritual legacy to their children model and reinforce the unseen realities of the godly life. We must recognize that passing as a spiritual legacy means more than encouraging our children to attend church, as important as that is. The church is there to support parents in raising their children, but it cannot do the raising. Only parents can. Parents are primary in spiritual upbringing. Children perceive God the way they perceive their parents. If parents are loving, affirming, forgiving, and yet strong in what they believe, children will think of God the way. So, here are the 5 things you do not predict whether your children will receive the spiritual legacy or a Christian parent's desires. So, the question is, do you? First is acknowledge and reinforce spiritual realities. Do your children know, for example, that Jesus loves everyone? That God is personal, loving, and will forgive us? View God as a personal, caring being who is to be loved and respected? Can your children make spiritual activities and routine part of your life? Clarify timeless truth, what's right and wrong? Incorporate spiritual principles into everyday living? So that ends our topic about family structures. Now read the following statements below and write true if the statement is true, then if false if the statement is incorrect. So number 1, single parent family is a couple living together without having a child. Is it true or false? If you answer true, then you are correct. Number 2, nuclear family is also called as traditional family. If you answer true, then you are correct. Number 3, a childless couple is not considered as family. If you answer false, then you are correct. Number 4, biracial or multiracial family is a family where parents are from different races. If you answer false, then you are correct. Number 5, A Filipino who married a Chinese woman and have two kids is considered as a stuffed family. If you answer true, then you are correct. And that ends our class for today. Once again, this is your personal development teacher, Sir Arnold, always saying the search of the self continues every day. Thank you and goodbye.